go outside and walk my 2 miles, and
Yeah.
And that works. For now, anyway.
For me.
Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker.
Chick Picker.
Sorry to interrupt you. It's Friday.
Does anybody know the tune I just sang?
Nope. What is it? You don't even know it?
I'll think of it here in a minute.
That's funny.
Crud. Dang. I'll think of it here in a minute. When you get old.
Is that what happens?
Where's the chat? This is weird.
You don't see the chat?
I'm on YouTube and I see us, but I don't see the side chat. Where did it go?
Are you in the right YouTube?
Well, it says YouTube. I'll start over. Try the YouTubery again. Let's see. That was weird.
I don't know.
The Picker Daily. It did it again.
YouTube is getting.
Oh, here we go. Top chat. Live chat. But it's not part of the pop out chat. Oh, I don't want to do that. Pop out chat. What does pop out chat mean?
It just pops it out, so it's not in the YouTube, and you can. So it's basically its own little screen or own tab. Hang on.
But I want I'm freaking out here. This never does this. Default view. How about that? There it is.
You get it?
Why did it automatically revert to full screen video? That was weird. Maybe I was watching something yesterday that I watched on full screen.
I don't know.
Steampunk Town.
We're getting it.
Maggie Doodle.
Yeah, I'm still trying to bring up my chat. It's being slow.
Guy's an American composer. It's about 100-year-old piece. Oh well.
All right.
Now I've got myself in a conundrum.
Okay, I think I got the chat up finally.
Yep.
Yeah, it's being a little bit wonky this morning, I think. There you go, Maggie. Good morning, Miss Maggie.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Awesome. I made sure to I was plugged in before I came today.
Plugged in.
Always a good thing.
Plugged into the system.
Yeah.
I sold a bunch of CDs. Good morning, Johnny, Mike, Steampunk Town.
Morning, Mike and Johnny and Steampunk Town and
Mike and Glenn. Good morning, Mike and Glenn.
Morning, Glenn and Karen. Everybody's coming in.
Shuffling in. Morning, Karen.
Shuffle off to Buffalo.
Morning, Glenn.
I'm switching out a CD into a new case, but this new case is scratched up more than the old one.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, no. Is it? Or am I looking at the old one? No, that's the old one. Well, I sold 3 CDs overnight. Weird.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Awesome.
I sold a Vince Gill collection, country collection.
Mm.
This is Petra Christian rock band. And then the third one is Gathering of Nations powwow drum groups.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Morning, Dahlia.
Dahlia.
Buenos dias, señorita.
I have 3, 4, 5, 6 going out today. How about you, Todd? You have 50,000?
No, not so many. 5.
Oh my gosh.
5.
And 4 of them are video game lots.
I have 12.
Awesome.
12.
Like clothing or various
All
stuff?
clothing.
All clothing.
Well, there was everything's clothing. Well, let's see. I've got 2 spoons.
That's not clothing. Well,
yeah.
it could be, I guess.
No, it's not clothing. And a necklace. And then everything else is clothes.
You could wear
Spoons wouldn't cover up very much.
No, it wouldn't.
You could make earrings out of them.
True. They're a really weird print. They're like almost like an Aztec print or pattern. And I got, believe it or not, I got them from an electronic auction that I was on, and I guess they like cleaned out the whole place, so all of the kitchen stuffware went with that, and yeah, and I've done pretty good with it. I get $8 to $10 for them a piece for a spoon.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I just got weird messages popped up on my screen saying Zoom can't detect your microphone.
Oh.
But as long as you can hear me.
Yeah, we hear you fine.
Awesome.
We hear you just fine.
I had a local online auction finish yesterday.
Did you win anything?
I bought 6 lots. But
he's on a roll now.
No, they're nothing.
You're gonna put them on. You're gonna do like make a 10 or something and put that in your yard and put all your stuff in there.
No. 5 of the lots were just silver coins from us savings.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh.
And they're they're just like onesie, twosie coin lots. And the other is one small lot of hunting clothes.
Mm-hmm.
So like camouflage clothes and such. And that's all I got.
Glenn sold an MX helmet last night to Korea.
Wow.
Awesome.
Fishing and Picking says, hey, y'all tricked me this morning. Yesterday's video was still live. I don't know why it does that.
It just usually doesn't carry over to the next day, though. I noticed that when I came on this morning that it was live.
I need to call them because I don't know. I'm doing the same thing that I've always done. You know, I'm ending the meeting. I'm doing all that, and for some reason, I must be missing a step.
Yeah, every time I look at YouTube,
I'll be right back.
Way after the show, and I hit subscribed.
Yeah.
Your show shows up.
I know.
Live for hours and hours and hours.
I know. Heck, if I was getting watch time, I'd have 1 million hours already.
You probably get a lot of clicks on it that never gets finished watching because, I already saw this morning.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Johnny wants to know, Valerie, how are you having to highlight each guest when they're talking? I like that. It's whenever they're talking. So whenever they're talking, it highlights. Yeah.
It's a feature of Zoom.
Yeah.
do you have on speaker view, right?
And
Yeah.
I'm never highlighted because y'all never let me talk much.
You never talk. You got to just bust in there.
You just, yep.
Can't wait for a
Morning,
minute
Hank.
because somebody else will.
Well, I don't
Take your
like
turn.
being rude and interrupting people.
Well, you're not really being rude.
Mama slapped my hand when I did that.
When you did what?
I interrupted people talking.
Oh.
Mama would reach over, whack.
Yeah,
I was being rude.
I like Zoom better than I do StreamYard. That's just my preference. But I do need to find out about that live issue because I must be doing something wrong. Maybe they've updated it or something, but it's done that for a long time. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
It usually does it for a few hours, then disappears. I noticed when I went on this morning that it was still showing live this morning, and I thought, oh, yikes, did I miss? Yeah, but or was I late? But yeah, it was yesterday.
I don't know why it's doing that.
So Fishing and Picking was just talking to himself in the chat over there, I guess.
Having a little deja vu, were you?
Sally!
What up?
Sally,
Johnny
Sally.
had a fun bingo on his channel the other night with Victoria. It was a lot of fun.
Oh.
Go in and play bingo live.
Yeah, Hank says, mine said children are to be seen, not heard. So I knew better than to never interrupt. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to interrupt. But you just got to do it if you want to be heard.
Yeah.
We got some. I'm just gonna say this, and it may sound horrible, but we got hit so much that half the time we didn't know what we were doing wrong.
Oh. Yeah, that's where it.
Yep.
We were just always kind of in a kind of get ready, because it could happen at any time.
Then it loses its effect, right? Because at some point, do you stop worrying about what you do wrong because you know you're going to get smacked for it anyway?
Yeah, you just kind of, I mean, you never know when it's going to happen, so you just kind of do your own thing, and because we never got talked to. I mean, it was always, it was just like pull the belt off, and that was that, and then you start running around the house trying to wear them out.
But actually, some kids, I don't mind them interrupting because they're just so freaking funny. Like Jim and Tara's boy, he can interrupt them and say something just off the wall that just go, because he's just such a precocious boy. Just, golly, he's funny. And I really don't mind him interrupting, even though Jim and Tara are over there going, hey, I'm talking here.
Yeah.
I think I have, not to change the subject or anything, but I think I have somebody trying to scam me right now. And it's over $15.
Uh-oh.
But they said that because it's on that quilt, and there were squares taken out of it. And I showed that in the pictures, and in the list, in the title, it says cutter's quilt or needs repair. And they said, oh, I didn't think that that the holes were that big. Well, then they sent me a picture and there's more squares cut out. Than it shows in my picture. Like, why?
So are they asking to return?
And it's an automatic return because it says item not as described.
I would get a hold of eBay for Business this morning, right away,
Yeah.
and let them know that that's what's going on, and that the quilt has been altered, and it's been cut on, and that you shouldn't have to return or accept the return on that. Fishing and picking. So he said, check y'all's Seller Hub. I don't see 50,000 free listings for May. So I seen that this morning. You have to go to the message where it says on the announcements. You have to go to that, and in the announcement, it'll give you a link where you can go to. It'll present an offer, and you have to activate the offer to get those 50,000 listings.
I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah.
Where's the message? It's somewhere in the eBay messages that I never look at.
It's in your head.
Under selling announcements where it says listing promotions extended through July.
Yeah. So it looks like you're going to have to do that every month.
Seller promotion.
Adrian Root reseller says, I had that happen on Mercari to me as soon as I listed 2 of my quilts I make. They wanted to send me a check, then arrange shipping later. Well, they already have it. It's in Oregon.
Right.
And
Where's seller promotions?
I just put it in the, sorry.
Oh.
I just put the link in the chat.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
There's one for store owners, and then there's another one for
non-store owners.
For non-store owners. I'll put that in here.
Which is that's great for people that don't have a store.
Yeah. They get 200 though. It's not
right.
It's 200. Yeah.
You accepted the offer list free - 50,000 additional fixed price listings in quote.
Any shipping advice for a 20-pound espresso machine? Definitely
don't list it.
Pirate ship.
Hurts.
You may even another way that you could go is maybe try FedEx. If you have a business account through FedEx, you may be able to get a good deal with them. If you go directly through FedEx, that may be an option.
Karen says she received eBay's action required register for managed payment. I registered. I don't really see a downside to it for me. They've kind of right. It now includes the GSP. Now it includes PayPal, and it now connects with my GoDaddy bookkeeping. So I don't really see any reason not to do it right now.
Right.
So it does work with GSP now.
Oh, Thrift Daddy sold it for 250 plus shipping. Awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, it does. It does work. They do have GSP in there. They're making some moves to I would say to make it such a less of a hardship to transfer over there. I'm sure they're listening to their sellers and paying attention to that. It's going to open things up, I would think, because people are going to be, if you think of it, it's a processor. It's just like PayPal.
Right.
And that's kind of the way that you have to think of it, is it's going to do the same thing that PayPal does.
There are certain things you can't sell, like you can't sell adult videos. So, and I just have to unload my porn collection before it but otherwise. There's no downside for me.
You can't sell videos with managed payment system?
You can't sell adult videos.
Oh.
There's a list of things you can't
Well,
sell.
dang it.
Applies to me.
Yeah, Mike says double box the espresso machine. Maybe use some
Processes.
styrofoam. Those pool noodles, they work really, really good for something like that. You know, if you don't have a styrofoam. But yeah, I would definitely double box it.
I used cardboard too, like on some of my bigger stuff. You know, like just if you're double boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I take some like the after I pack it and everything, I take the cardboard and I tape it on the outside, and then so everything stays packed. Yep. and then put it in another box, you know, and then put it in another box. Ooh, that's a burn, Hank.
Oh, it's Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Sadie.
Hi, Mr. Sadie. No fire.
Oh, no fire.
So far.
Sally, I got 12 cells going out.
Holy crap.
That's great for a weekday.
I
awesome.
thought you were going to call me a name. I was like, that's great for a winch.
That's great for a...
I don't know.
I think you gave all the juju to yourself yesterday then. Because I sure didn't get any.
That's great for a non-video game seller winch.
Good job, Todd.
Yeah, I'll tell her how the cow ate the cabbage, man. I'm there.
Yeah, and I didn't do any shipping. I lost a shirt. So
you lost a shirt.
Yeah, those things just get up and walk out your closet. They just,
I'm telling you.
They just go poof.
You know, when I went through all of my inventory, and this is something I need to get better at because there's a catch in that whole system, because when I'm going through and I'm looking for the item to see if it's listed, and it says it's not listed, then it goes into the pile, you know, and then voila, here it's sold, and it's in the unlisted inventory that I've, you know, haven't got listed, you know, relisted yet. So yeah, and that's happened a couple of times. So I don't know if it's that it's just not accepting it when I put it in the search. I'm not sure, but there's a problem there.
Yeah. Good job, Mr. Sadie.
So I had to go dig, praying that I wouldn't have to cancel an order, you know. So.
Tom says, let me in.
Okay.
Why are you doing inventory like all the time?
No, I'm not doing inventory. I don't have no time to do inventory all the time.
I know.
She already did that.
So why? Oh, so you did it last time. You did inventory. You threw it in the pile.
When I originally was going to start putting everything on the shelves, so I was taking the bins down and going through them. That's when I was doing the inventory. That's when so basically what I would do is I would go on eBay and say, you know, put it in the search, and if it didn't come up, then it wasn't listed. So it would go into a pile. And I still have several totes to get listed of those, you know.
Mhm.
So I don't do anything with that stuff. I mean, other than list, I've been working on a little bit at a time, but it doesn't go anywhere because I'm afraid that I'm gonna, give something away or
Double listed or something.
Send it to the thrift store as a donation. That'd be my luck. So anyway, good morning, Tom.
Good morning, my
Look
peeps.
at you, Mr. Sunshine.
Yeah, I'm standing outside, and the sun is beating down on me. My
That's
feet are
good.
cold and my head is hot.
You need a little bit of that vitamin D. Definitely.
What I need is for the damn barbershops to open up so I can get my hair cut and my eyebrows cut back.
Get you one of those Flobies.
No, thank you.
Well, even if you use a regular clipper system, it has guards on it.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, he
Well,
ain't doing that.
It's not that hard.
I have to go see Priscilla.
Priscilla Presley?
That's the girl that does my hair.
Oh, gotcha.
Get it?
Tom, Hank says your top is super duper cute today.
Thank you, Hank.
Get it, baby. Get it.
Johnny sold a vintage pajama set last night. After he packed it, saw that the same buyer sent an offer for $21. Then, since he didn't reply, just paid full price. I've had that happen.
Yep, me too.
Love it when that happens.
I've gotten offers, and before I could even respond to it, all of a sudden it's ka-ching, and they bought it at full price. And there'd be like $5 difference, and that makes you think, did you have it priced too low?
Fishing and Picking says Tom looks like he's working the highway road crew.
It probably sounds like it too. Can you hear the trucks on the interstate?
No, can't hear a thing.
Okay, good.
You're good to go.
All I hear is your lovely voice.
You need an umbrella.
I'm gonna move to another spot.
There you go.
Alrighty.
So, yeah, I had to get up.
So anyhow, how was your days going? Which I know Todd just got up.
I got up at 5.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I've been up since 3.
Oh,
you
Lord.
beat me. You beat me.
Yeah, you're a little glitchy, Tom. Your picture keeps stalling out.
Okay, well I'm gonna be out here.
And Brandon,
because your big old head gets in the way of the cell phone tower and it can't get through. The signal can't get through your big old head.
It's all that hair.
It's all that hair
just getting in the way.
You'd think that hair would work like an antenna, but no.
Todd's just a little bit jealous. Just
I'm jealous of Tom's big head.
All of his hair.
All his hair.
Nah, I don't care about hair.
Dang.
Just sold the shirt.
Good.
That's good.
People still buying them clothes.
They are. I sold 2 spoons, a necklace, and the rest were clothes.
Yeah.
I sold another gold fitting, another gas fitting out of my little collection I've been selling out of for like the last 3 years. So that's about $24 plus shipping.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Gas fitting.
Yeah.
You do cram it in your butt so you don't fart as loud or what?
No, it's for gas lines, Tom.
Oh, gas lines.
Yeah.
Well, if I sold a gas fitting, somebody would install it and then they would have a gas explosion and it would all come back on me.
Right. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Well, I've sold a bunch of them and haven't had any. They're all in sealed packaging. So
Yeah, those are good good things to have in your store. Just
Yeah.
buy a bunch of them, and you'll sell them eventually. That's the way to go.
I like little stuff like that doesn't take much room and the quantity is.
And especially if it's one listing.
Mm-hmm.
You love the multiple quantity.
I walked back up closer to the house. When I logged in, I was on the Wi-Fi, so I must have walked too far away from the Wi-Fi, and it was glitching out.
Oh, that's probably why.
Hey, Tom.
Ma'am?
Okay, I have an issue.
Uh-oh.
So with Zoom, for some reason, it has been, and this has been going on for a while, but for some reason, it's still, even though the meeting is over, it's ended, it still shows that we're live for several hours after. Do you have any reason why it would do that?
No. Have you gone to YouTube and looked at how long your actually, I think it was Fishing and Picking was talking about that a while ago.
Yeah.
Tell him, Fish, how about go back to that video and see how long it says that video lasts?
Well, the one that he went to, because he went to one, and it was the one from yesterday, and so it shows that it's live still from yesterday.
Yeah, but I'm the actual recording time.
Oh, yeah. And usually, most often, it's usually like 3 hours, and then it'll go off, But I mean, it's not live. There's nothing going on.
Right.
So I don't know why it's doing that, and I don't know. I must be hitting the wrong button, or not pushing enough buttons, or something.
It's supposed to, when you disconnect from Zoom or you end Zoom, it's supposed to end your YouTube video.
Right.
So
it ain't doing that.
One of them's got a glitch going on.
So I may need to probably just need to contact them, and
because I noticed that too last night. I got up and got a glass of water about 1 o'clock this morning, and it's like, damn, Valerie's still talking.
Yeah. No.
How is she doing that? Tara and I aren't on there.
Did you sell your doll yet, Todd?
Nope.
Just wondering.
Oh, she's still there.
Hank says I just copy and pasted. I don't know what all the ones are about, but yeah. Huh.
Copy and pasted what?
I don't know.
Started streaming April. I don't know what she copied. Is it still sitting out there?
I don't know.
Because you would have almost 24 hours of that one video now.
Right. Hey, heck, I'm getting all the watch hours right now. Not that I need them. When you click on the live, when you click on it, the show lasts 30 seconds of the show. Huh.
Yes. It just shows you the ending of the show.
That's weird.
Like if you go to your Chick Picker page, it shows you having 2 lives right now.
Wow. Okay. I got to get that taken care of.
It's probably just some little setting you need to
probably
contact them about.
Either that or they're just so overloaded right now.
Yeah, I've never been able to go live with the chorus thing on Wednesday nights. I just can't get it to go live. I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
That's weird.
But it was staying live even before the C word hit.
Oh, was
yeah.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been doing it for months.
It's been that way for a while.
Yeah.
and people just kind of ignore it. But yeah, maybe we need to get that fixed.
When I go in the house, I'll check. I'll do a quick search and see if anybody's come up with a fix or whether that's something that they're working on or whatnot.
Old Uncle Tom is
Oh,
on you.
that's right. That's right.
You what?
Tara
Right.
says, wow, you got old Uncle Tom on.
Yeah, just for a few minutes. I got to go back in. I got to get ready to take a kid to work.
And that's good because we can't wait for you to leave.
Thank you, Todd. I really appreciate that.
That was a joke. We
I
Oh
know,
my
Todd.
goodness.
Joke.
We're all like brothers and sisters on here. We say all kinds of bad stuff about each other.
No, nobody.
And that's a disclaimer. If you hear us fussing at each other or calling each other names, it's all in fun, like brothers and sisters. There's nothing
No,
mean.
I never say anything bad about that crazy cat lady Maggie. No, I don't talk about people like that, Tom.
Maggie, you had a picture of your cat, and he was sitting somewhere, and you had posted like, my friend hadn't showed up yet. Is that the cat that comes in to the back door every day?
Right. The cat that I showed was my cat, Boots, who you don't ever see because he doesn't like me, so he doesn't come near me. But he meets up with the neighbor cat at the back door every day. And that particular day, Freddie never came. So
Is that his name, or is that what you call him?
no, it's his name, Freddie. He lives a few doors down, but he visits everybody's house for treats.
Smart cat.
I got a gray and white one that lives across the street down the road, about 3 houses, and he comes by every morning because I'm slowly catching the feral cats and taking them, having them fixed. And
Morning, Lisa.
so I have food outside the door, and he comes by, and like a while ago, I came out here to dial in first, and he was standing out here raising hell because I hadn't filled the cat bowls this morning. He's got a home down the street, but he's a real talkative cat.
Yeah. Well, Freddie's a boy, but so's Boots. So Freddie might have found a lady friend, but I don't know.
Morning, Lisa.
Every once in a while, Nikki will get in on that, but it's usually just Boots and Freddie visiting.
Right. Is that your cat?
That's Nikki. He wants to go out, but the doors are all open downstairs, so I can't let him.
How many cats do you have?
2.
But you had 3.
We had 3, and we lost Jackie,
Right.
a couple months ago. And
You're a good lady. You're a good lady, Maggie.
once the kitchen's all done and all this work is done, we're gonna get a kitten.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we figured.
Wait a minute.
Don't
Wait a
want to
minute.
bring another
Did you
adult
say
cat
a
into the house.
kitten?
A kitten.
Did you say? Okay, I thought you said a kid, and I'm like,
Oh no!
wow.
Good Lord!
They ain't that crazy.
You'll have one soon enough. You'll
Yeah,
have one soon enough.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have our little Ben.
Because they'll be living up near you, right? They're not the ones in Florida.
No, they're the ones that live up here.
Yeah.
Because I guess if they were moving to Florida, I guess you and Mike would be moving to Florida too.
You betcha. Yep.
She's been waiting for this one. Do y'all think he's gonna be spoiled?
No,
just a little bit.
I would
Just a
never
little bit.
spoil my grandchild.
Oh, poor Mike. Poor Michael looked like skin and bones because he's like, "Are you gonna fix dinner tonight?" "No, I gotta fix Ben. I'm gonna fix Ben some hot dogs." So you can have hot dogs and mac and cheese too. That's what he wants.
Yep. Mr. Sadie says, I want a tiger.
Oh, God.
That'd be a great pet.
Oh, my gosh.
Now there's some people down in the lower part of South Carolina. They have they're big game. They're vets, but they do the big game type vets.
Mm-hmm.
They go to they go to Africa a couple times a year and work with the some of the the game people down there, and they've got 2 cheetahs that live in their house.
Wow.
They got them from a circus when they were little cubs, and now they're like house cats.
Wow.
And they said but that's the kind of, according to these people, they say that they're that type of animal. They're very like a cat, a house cat. They could just eat your face off. But
right.
He's like, they've never attacked anybody. They have a couple of little dachshunds, and they've never messed with them. They're just, they sleep and eat. They take them outside because they have a big farm.
They're saving those dachshunds up for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. The guy gets on his dirt bike and rides down through the pastures and through the woods and back up to the house. And he says those cats will run past him and, and nothing flat. But he said that's the biggest thing is to keep them exercised.
Yeah, I can imagine you'd have to have a big property for them to run on.
They've had elephants on that property. They've had some giraffes. Like when the animal people will pull animals away from these little mom and pop zoos and circuses and stuff like that, they bring them to them, and then they find homes for them in circuses and zoos and whatnot.
Joe Exotic has his own baseball trading card.
Do what?
What?
Joe Exotic has his own baseball card.
Oh my gosh. No, I don't know why that surprises me.
I know.
He's probably got a brand of underwear and a brand of
he does.
Soft drink and a brand of...
He does have underwear, yes. Yeah, they definitely showed that on the show.
What is that?
And then of course he didn't. He said, "Do you wear this your own brand or something?" And he's like, "I don't wear any underwear."
Yeah, he goes commando.
And I'm like,
"Oh, we must be talking about Tiger King or whatever it is."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ding, ding, ding! We have a winner.
I don't watch.
Yeah, he has his own condom too.
I saw a pallet for sale that had 400,000 condoms in the pallet.
There you go.
And I asked Bridget, I said, does Chris want those? And she's like, no. And I said, I'm not talking about for him to use, I'm talking about him to resell. 400,000 condoms would kill a 16-year-old, more or less an old man like him and me and Todd.
I saw an article about a woman who makes face masks out of used underwear.
Oh.
I know. Think about that.
I mean,
I bet you can't sell that with managed payments.
No, probably not.
Used? I could see using new out the package,
I know.
but not used.
Yeah.
Some of the designs are kind of cool on underwear. But yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, like the racing stripes and the.
Or the cover bra.
What are you laughing about, Valerie? Go ahead and say it. We're all family here.
Nothing.
She started cackling at the racing stripe, so I can just imagine where she was going with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I was listening to the guy on the news last night, and
I got my new mask in.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
A little tie-dye action.
Oh, cool. I did go on and order some of those Disney masks.
You did? By the time it gets to you, though, it'll be over with.
Probably. That's pretty cool, Todd.
Yeah,
this
like
mask
that.
feels weird on my old man whisker chin.
I actually thought it was a cup off of a bathing suit at first.
What?
A cup off of a bathing suit. A woman's
It looks like half of a bra, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it
Well, you know,
kind of looks like that.
there was a meme. There was a meme about this very large African American lady making mask out of her bras, and they cut to a picture of her kids, and her kids looked like they were maybe like 10, 11, 12, that age, and the bra would cover their whole face. Oh Lord, have mercy.
That's
They
funny.
have they started opening up anything around y'all?
No.
We got
Our
so.
beach is open today.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
yay.
Yay.
We so we have. She opened up. She's doing like a slow open.
Right.
So I think the 4th, it's they're opening a little bit, and then I think it's not till the 18th is when they're going to open a little bit more, and so I think it's just going to be like a 2 or 3 week gap, and it. I think it's over a couple of months that she's looking at. So, but we don't have the stay-at-home order anymore.
Oh, that's good.
She lifted that.
Better be over with by August.
Well, if we have good weather tomorrow, I'm gonna see if maybe we can go out to Higgins and have a cookout or something tomorrow. Just me and him, or
Get
Jonah,
outside.
me, him, and Jonah. Yeah, just to hang out for a little bit somewhere away from home.
Yeah. Yep, that's good.
My next door neighbors they're retired, and his wife was like, we went out riding yesterday. She said we drove into Pineville and uptown Charlotte and down through South Park and down to Waxhaw and back into here, which is that's a good half a day drive right there. Mm-hmm. And I said, what were you doing? She said, I told him that we were getting out of this house. We were going to go someplace. She said, I got my slush fund out of the lockbox in case we got stopped. She said, I was getting out of this house. I didn't care how much it cost. So they went for a long ride. And I honestly don't understand how, keep the distancing type thing going, but why they closed the parks and whatnot?
They didn't close our parks.
They closed ours.
Maybe the ones that have playgrounds, just regular parks, but like our state parks are open.
Our city parks are closed.
Karen says, I'm venturing out on Sunday to win an online auction. Auction manager leaves. Huh?
Pick up an online auction win.
That's what I said.
You said win.
Oh.
That's okay.
That's all right.
Never mind.
It's all right. It's all right. Well, that's cool, Karen.
Good morning, Julie.
Lisa has a gender reveal party to plan. She needs the world to open. That's exciting.
Todd's got like what is that about, a C cut?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, they have our golf courses and stuff open now too.
They've actually opened parks in New Jersey, but the governor put out this thing that says, well, I'm going to open these up, but I reserve the right to close them if you all don't behave yourselves, basically.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
And we have the right to vote your ass out come November if you're up for re-election.
They won't vote him out in New Jersey. But that's okay. Pennsylvania, not the part where I live in, but the northern and western areas are all going to start opening up. So that's good.
Yeah.
You got to get.
How far do you live from the beach? The shore.
Here in New Jersey, we are on the bay side of New Jersey, so we can walk for a block and a half. We're down at the beach, But to get to the ocean, we have about a 5-mile drive to get to the ocean.
Okay.
Did you get your Cindy box yet, Valerie?
No, nope, not yet. Supposed to get it tomorrow.
Yeah, don't make me turn this state around. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you put out this big scolding message, like
I will close it all up.
Right, Karen, that's not going to happen. They're not going to vote him out here.
From the previous conversation from Valerie and Salary, it's a good thing he's just not pulling out his belt and start beating people.
Well, now what?
When you and Valerie were talking about your dad, he didn't scold you. He just pulled out his belt and started beating people.
Well, we're trying to change the cycle here.
I just can't imagine being that kind of kid.
We're trying to change the cycle.
I definitely think we did that.
Yeah.
I definitely think we put a stop to that.
Yes. Because we didn't raise our children like that.
No. Nope.
Like what?
Like getting a beating for anything.
Oh, mine didn't either, but mine knows what the belt sound of a belt coming out of belt loop sound like.
Oh, we did. I mean, that was like, we heard, I still hear that sound and I'm like,
yeah.
Now your father's passed away, hadn't he?
No.
Oh, he's
God,
not?
No.
How about your Sally? Is his still around too?
My dad's still alive.
That mofo still walking the earth.
I thought he passed away. Or was it your mom that passed away?
Mom died.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's passed away in the South. Died.
It's been a lot of years.
That's too harsh a sounding.
She's been gone. 17 years.
Yep.
Okay.
Almost to the day.
You were young then, weren't you?
I was 27 when my mom died.
Mm-hmm.
So
and I still felt like I was 40. I still felt like I was an infant, like
right.
But I really had to kind of give myself a talking to and remind myself that there's some people that lose their moms when they're like 2 or 3 years old, so they don't get that time to know their mom, and I was being selfish.
Well, that's the thing, is at least you got the time that you did with her, and you got to experience life with her. I'm thankful. I'm thankful that my kids, got to have that experience, and your kids got that experience.
Yeah.
I
mean, Jonah says, Mom, I really don't remember Grandma.
Yeah.
And I said, you and your grandma had a really close relationship. You'd sit on her lap in the morning, you drink out of her coffee cup. She let him have a couple of sips of black coffee, and he loved it. And he would sit there and he would steal her yarn out of her crochet bag and call it his Fred. And he would take it and rub his nose with it, and that was his thing, but he loved his grandma.
Yeah.
And that's really all he needs to know, is that, he had a close relationship with her and he loved her.
Yeah.
I knew both of my grandmothers. They were in their 90s, early 90s. Both my grandfathers, they died when, God, I think they were in their 40s. And so I never knew them.
We knew our grandfathers.
Because my dad was the baby of the family, and so was my mom. So it was late when they had kids. And by that time, like one of my dad's sisters had like 8 kids, and another one had like 6 kids. And then my mom, she's got a sister had a sister that had like 9 kids, and another one that had 5 kids. And So by the time my brothers and I came along, like I said, my grandfather said all both had passed away before I came along. My grandmothers were over grandkids, you know.
Yeah, what was ours, like 8 and 10 or something, Valerie?
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah, mom's side had 8, dad's side had 10.
Yeah. Both big families.
That's what Todd needs. Todd needs about 6 more kids.
You know, that's the thing about, I mean, back then they had a lot. Most people had big families because those were going to be your work crew.
Yeah.
You know.
Especially if you were farmers like my family was.
Sure.
You know?
I mean, my mom and dad are, you know, I don't know. I don't remember mom talking so much about them, like her family doing like field work. But I know my dad's side, he's always talked about, you know, picking cotton, picking cherries, picking anything, everything, you know. And they would go wherever the you know, the fields that needed to be picked. They traveled a lot, you know, when they were doing that.
Right.
But the dad, the father, my grandfather, he didn't work. He was the supervisor. So he had the kids out in the field working and he was doing the supervising.
My mom has told the story of when, after my older brother came along, and he was still like, I guess, under a year old. When she would go out and plow crops on the tractor. And my grandfather had built a box out of a crate to sit right behind the seat on the tractor that was under an umbrella. And it had cheesecloth across the top of it to keep, you know, bugs and stuff off of him. And he'd sit in that crate and sleep while she was out plowing fields.
Yep.
I mean, that's just what they had to do.
Sure.
And
you didn't have babysitters or anything. Those kids went out, you know, probably from the time they could sit up, you know.
Yeah. Well, back in those days, lunch was their big meal. You know, so my grandmother, after everybody left the house from breakfast, she was cleaning up and she was cooking lunch because, you know, she was cooking for her family. Both of my grandmothers were cooking for their families, plus any of the hired hands that, you know, they were working for them that day. So, you know, she would have butter beans and homemade biscuits and, you know, potatoes of some sort or rice and some kind of meat, ham, or, you know, something like that. So she was fixing a big deal. And then they would eat leftovers for dinner, for supper. So, which we should go back to eating our biggest meal at lunchtime.
Yeah.
And I don't know how the daggum Brits, if Bumcrack, if you're in there, sorry.
I haven't seen him.
I don't know how, you know, they eat their dinner like at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. And I'm like, I'd be the size of this Chrysler if I ate that late at night. You know, sat down and ate a main meal. I'll snack on stuff, but.
That's crazy, Hank. How old were you when that happened? Hi, Joanna.
What is she saying? I can't see the chat.
She said, I only remember Papa picking strawberries with them, riding around and working the crops, his brown bottles of nitro, and then watching him die in his chair.
Oh, God.
While Grandma hollered at me to do something.
Oh, that's so awful, Hank.
Was that nitroglycerin for his heart? You said nitro.
Yeah.
Hey, Joanna.
Yep, the little skinny glass bottles. Yep.
And see, I was raised a city kid. I always lived in the city, but I would go in the summer times and I would work I would go to my grandmother's house, either one of them, who still lived on farms, and I'd go down there and I putzed around with the help, doing whatever's being grown on the farm at the time. Which when I became a teenager, my grandmother and my father, who actually owned the farm, they just rented out the land, either cattle farmers or other farmers. But I remember going down there and picking huckleberries and blueberries and raspberries and wild ones on the sides of roads. And then my grandmother making blueberry cobbler or huckleberry cobbler. Good times, good memories.
Yep.
A lot of fun. Because I didn't do it all the time. I was there for 2 weeks and then I was gone.
Yeah.
So it was all fun. I mean, I don't know. I think I told the story one time before. I learned how to driving a tractor. A red Farmall tractor that had the steering wheel that was on one side of the tractor. And my grandmother was helping put up tobacco. And and I would just kind of like hang around.
Right.
And my uncle, who she was helping, my great uncle, he's like, Tommy, you're making me nervous not doing anything. And he said, let me teach you how to do something. So he taught me how to drive a tractor, and I would just drive down the road. I'd pick up a loaded tobacco drag and pull it back up to the barn where they were putting up the tobacco. And I was having a good old time. And then on Friday, when it came to payday, he gave me my pay envelope. And I said, what's this for? He said, for working. I said, I wasn't working. I was having a good time. I mean, I was driving on paved roads with these tractors pulling trailers and stuff like that. He's like, no, man. He said, you've worked hard. And I said, all I did was run back and forth up the road. I was having a good old time. But I liked having the money.
Yep.
But it's, those are good times. And fortunately, kids don't have that these days, except the people that actually live on farms and then they hate it because it's required duty.
I think the only thing I ever remember picking as a kid was beans. And it was because my dad bought them. And so he got a cheaper rate for buying them while they were still in the fields or whatever.
Right.
And so he took me, Amy, and Johnny out there, and we had to pick beans.
My dad, bless his heart. we had our lot that our house was on was about 1 3/4 acres. And he had a 3/4 acre in the back of that thing, on the property. And he had, butter beans, string beans, squash, a whole row of squash that we would feed half the damn neighborhood with. Tomato plants. My mom always would say, why do you plant so much? Well, we got it. We got the land to do it with. And so my mom would spend the summer putting up, canning vegetables and whatnot. And, he had a Sears tractor that we'd drop the mower deck off of and put a plow behind it and fix the garden up. And come dinner time, when all those fresh vegetables, and my mom would make homemade spaghetti sauce, and she'd use the tomatoes that she put up.
Yep.
It always tasted better. Well, I got to go in here and get ready to take my child to work. I can't go in my shirt that I'm known for, my fluorescent green shirt.
Hey, they can see you coming a mile away.
I got to go into the store and take care of some business, pick up some stuff.
All right. Well, you be good.
And I'm going down to a Walmart, and I'm going to check out the clearance while I'm there.
Down to the Walmarts.
The Walmarts, yeah. The
Uh-huh.
Walmart.
Uh-huh.
Not to Walmart. I'm going to the Walmart. It's like to the Food Line, the Buy Low. Which one?
Yep.
Y'all have a great day.
All right. You
Yeah.
too.
See you on Monday.
Bye.
Bye, Tom.
Joanna says, "What's a real bitch is trying to tightening and fixing barbed wire fence. That would be
Yeah.
tough.
I don't think I've ever done that.
I don't think I've ever done it either.
That's a bitch. I mean, really, really, really is.
Are you still here?
He's still here. He just had to get
Speaking
that.
of-
He had to get the last word in.
Yep.
That was the thing.
Speaking of bitches, I don't know how she puts up with her. I mean, I'm
I
still
can-
live. I'm
I
sorry.
can never get out whenever I'm on my mobile too. I'm
Okay.
like stuck.
What you have to do is you have to swipe it all the way to the left, and you get a screen that says it says leave on it.
Yep.
And then you hit it one time, then it says, "Do you really want to leave this meeting?" And then you hit it again.
Ah, you must have hit it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Well,
I usually have to close down, like, you know how you like take all your apps off of the phone, like, with a button or whatever. And I just usually have to click that button to get all my apps off. And then sometimes it even pops right back on and it's still going. I'm like, shit.
yeah. Well, I'll have to call Zoom after the meeting or after the show and see if I can't figure that out.
Yeah.
Because that's getting a little bit. I mean, it's been irritating for a long time, and I haven't
Right.
figured it out, and I need to figure it out. So that's what I'll do. But
Man, I want to go look for morels today. Joanna's been reaping, man.
has she?
Oh yeah. I think they found
Kind
like
of the
8
season
pounds
for
or
that
so.
in certain parts of the country, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and today it's sunny and we just had a big rain.
Yep,
So
perfect time. They'll be popping out.
mhm.
I am not. I tried them. Didn't like them. They actually made me kind of sick. So I just nope. That's just not. It's just not the thing for me. We never did go. I don't think we ever did go mushroom. There's some good mushroom hunting around here, but I don't think we ever went. I don't know if it was just a time thing that we just didn't have the time to do it, or Mike always said, he was afraid that we would get ticks on us, and he was always worried about that. But
Yeah.
But there's some really good mushroom hunting areas around here. Even if you just walk, after a good rain and it gets warm, because it's supposed to be 80 degrees today. And I mean, today would be a really good day because it's been raining pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. It's so cool down here. Well, cool for this time of year. It's only in the upper 50s.
Yeah. Today and tomorrow is supposed to be 80s, and then
Man,
I'm like, yes, bring it, baby, bring it.
Yeah,
I love
supposed to get to 88 today. I may actually get in the swimming pool a little bit.
There you go.
You're going to wear your tie-dye mask in the swimming pool?
You're going to wear it on your face? That's the question.
Sally, you actually went there? Oh
I
my
did.
gosh.
Are you surprised?
Not really.
I do have a privacy fence, but it's like, no, I always wear my swimsuit.
That's good.
Today's Aunt Lois's birthday.
It is Aunt Lois's birthday. She's the baby.
Yeah.
I have no idea how old she would be.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm guessing probably maybe 64. That's a guess.
Yeah.
Man, that's old.
But
Oh, wait, that's my age.
Good thing she ain't watching this because she probably
Well, what's Dad, 72 or something?
70, 71, 71, I think.
So that would be pretty good time span. Maybe even, I don't know. I think Grandma was having kids for what? 15 years or something.
15? No. She was like 48 when she had Lois.
But when did she have Dan?
Oh God, I don't know. She'd been having kids for
Well, that's why
years.
I said like
30 years.
30?
Yeah. If you figure she probably got pregnant, or she probably had her first one, which was Joyce, and that was probably about 18.
Yeah, I was thinking.
And she had 10 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know. Sorry, we got on a little tangent there.
So,
What's the topic for today?
Cinco de Mayo. It's not going to be many celebrations going on this year, I guess.
Well, we'll just probably have tacos.
Yep.
Ooh, I had tacos yesterday.
Tacos and a little cerveza.
A Corona?
A Corona. There you go. The Corona will be all sold out.
We have a lot of families in our town that get together on Cinco de Mayo and just have a huge family cookout and all day lay around outside, and the kids throw baseballs in the street, and I don't know what they're going to do this year, because they have families that are like, there'll be like 30 cars parked at a house Cinco de Mayo, and you're like, what's going on over there? They having a garage sale? No, it's Cinco de Mayo. They're having a cookout. So
Todd goes up, walks up in their driveway. What you got for sale today?
Might come out with a dozen tamales or something. But.
Yeah.
Fishing and Picking said my grandmother had her first at 16 and her last at 48. I have an uncle younger than my older sister. That's crazy.
I'm trying to get that in my head and I can't. It's very confusing. But that's kind of how Brandon's family is too. Like one of his uncles is about the same age as his sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty crazy. I have a lot of kids in their family too. Too many, I always say.
Well,
a few too many.
When you have hired help that are helping you, pick crops and stuff like that, you got to pay them. When you have kids, you ain't got to pay them.
Yeah.
True.
My
grandmother was one of 22, but
oh my gosh,
only 9 survived to adulthood.
Wow.
Jeez, this is my husband calling me. I didn't even know he left the house.
Maybe he didn't leave the house. Maybe he's sitting in the next room saying, get out that chat and come talk to me.
I miss you, Maggie. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, just farming growing up. But I had a rolled up paper route, papers and delivered papers on my bicycle every day for, gosh, about 6 years.
Wow. Did you like it?
It was okay. Give me a little walking around money.
Yeah, I think I would have done that if we lived in town. I think I would have done that as a kid. But yeah, we
didn't.
We live in, yeah, not BFE. We're about a mile from town, but it felt like we were in the middle of nowhere.
We were a mile from Branch Market.
Well, yeah, but that was town. I mean, that wasn't town. That was the outskirts of town.
I didn't like the recruiting sessions. The distributors in the newspaper would gather up all the route boys and about once every 6 weeks, and we would go out and recruit new, just walk up to doorsteps, knock on the door. Would you like to subscribe to the paper? I never liked that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because hardly anybody ever subscribed. Or you'd knock on 12 doors and 10 of them would already be subscribed, and you didn't even know that, you know, because you didn't always go to the route that you were delivering to do the recruiting.
Right.
They just hit different. They tried to hit every route in town during a year, so it was like, I didn't like that part, knocking on strange people's doors, and they open up their door and go, "What you want, kid?"
Yeah.
We're recruiting for the newspaper. You want to subscribe?
No.
Would hand them a free copy of the paper, and
get off my lawn.
They would always take the free paper, but they never subscribed.
Imagine that. Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
Yeah, I was always selling something.
Me too.
I was selling those, it was called Grit magazine or Grit newspaper.
Yeah, I remember Grit.
Yeah. I couldn't get anybody to buy that stuff, but I kept trying. I'd take them to church, because that was kind of how, like those were the people that were around, Wednesdays and Sundays. So I think I got a few sales from that, but I've always been a seller, so always selling something. Christmas cards, wrapping paper.
Yeah.
My grandpa still had a farm that we'd go visit, and Dad would say, "Man, I hate this place." He would get up every morning, go milk cow, hand milk cows. And,
oh Lord.
Yeah.
I think I would have liked that kind of life.
He said, "Man, there's a lot of cold mornings you'd go out and with your pail and put the cow's head in the stall, and then
Liz."
He said, "I don't know how many times I'd have a cow knock over a bucket of milk when I'd put my cold hands on her."
Yeah.
Liz, we're jealous.
I know. I was just typing that. Just rub it in, why don't you?
That's where Beth is too. She's
Value
at the
Village.
She's at the sale.
We'd go visit.
To the Benz?
She's
You should go to the Benz?
No, she's at one of the thrift stores.
Value Village, I think she said.
Yeah. So.
Sorry, Ty. Go on with your story.
Oh, I was just more milk cow story. We'd go visit. My uncle was still milking a bunch of cows when we'd go visit, and we'd go out there and watch and play around the barn, you know, and he could squirt milk into your mouth from 10 feet away, right out of the cow, you know. And boy, the cats would hang around, the barn cats, and he would squirt milk all over those cats' faces, and boy, they just loved it. They would lick it up. And
I never saw a live cow till I was an adult.
Really?
Yeah, seriously.
Wow.
We didn't even have grass. We like had a concrete backyard.
Oh, wow.
yeah, and Grandpa never had indoor plumbing. So
Really?
Wow.
well, they did have a hand pump that was on their sink in the kitchen
Mm-hmm.
they had a pipe that ran out to their well and pull out well water and with that hand pump. But
Wow.
yeah, if you wanted to take a bath, you put that big old wash tub out in the yard and boiled water on the wood burning stove and carried it out there so you didn't have to take a bath in cold water.
I can imagine there was a lot of stinky people back then.
Outhouses, yeah.
It would just seem like, you know, there'd be more trouble than what it's worth, you know, type of thing.
Yeah, the farmer guys, they'd wear the same overalls every day, so they'd get so stiff with salty sweat that they would almost stand up on their own.
That's why people used to get married in church on Sundays. Is because that's the day that they would take a bath, or they would take it the day before. Yeah. So that's when they were the cleanest.
Everybody gets a bath Saturday night, you know.
So. Joanna says her mom wants to go back to the farm life. She said the bathtub was on the back porch when she was a kid growing up.
Wow.
I never could stay out of the chicken pen when I was a little bitty. I used to love to chase those chickens around.
Oh yeah, me too.
And my grandparents would just sit on the porch and go, oh, "He's so stupid."
And then sometime we would have a mean rooster, and he'd chase us. So we'd have, you know, a little fun with him and stuff, but
Grandma'd say, "Well, catch one so I can make dinner." So me and my brother would go catch a chicken and bring it up. Let's probably still have scars from all the claws and wings and stuff beating me in the face. And she'd hold it over that block of wood and whack, off we go the head. And it's so funny to watch that chicken run around without a head on.
Yeah,
the only time I ever seen that. The only time I seen that was in Valerie's yard. Because
in my yard.
Yeah, because your husband used to raise.
Yeah.
Well, her husband used to raise chickens and stuff for that, but one was defective or something, so he went and broke his neck right off, and the chicken went running around the yard. I'm like, what's going on here? I was like 12 or 13 years old. I'd never seen that before.
That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And so the expression comes, running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. That's funny.
Fishing and Picking says, when looking at a football and baseball pictures or videos from the old days, they all had suits and hats on. Yeah. Even looking at pictures like lots of in Cape May down here, they have a historical society that puts up different displays of historical periods, and they would be on the boardwalk or on the beach in full gowns and parasols and crazy.
Be right back.
Upside down traffic cone. No, I never did that.
The olden days.
Stop muting me.
What?
Damn it.
What?
You muted me and turned my video off.
I'm sorry. I meant to do it for myself. I did you.
I'm like, hey, I was talking here. Bishop Pickett says, Todd, you didn't dispatch the chicken upset down in a traffic cone.
Probably a good way to do it. That way they can't be kicking and flapping on you while you're trying to cut their head off.
Oh, upside down. Upside down.
Yeah, because most traffic cones have that hole in the narrow end at the top. Just shove a chicken in there and so its head comes out and then you just whack.
Morning, Rita.
That makes sense.
Brandon's calling me. I'll be right back.
So, I guess I'll list some video games today.
Wow, that's a change.
Been doing that for almost a month now.
I have audiobooks, and I think I'm going to start getting an FBA box together and send it in. They're still lagging on their shipping, but stuff just doesn't sell merchant fulfilled for me. Morning, Rita.
I got a neutral feedback over one of the video game lots.
Oh no.
Yeah, the buyer said a couple of the games didn't work. Well, I always put a note in that says, thank you for your purchase, and if you have a problem, contact me and I'll make good on it. But
why can't I hear you?
I don't understand why they don't.
They never contacted me, so I could send them a partial refund, or if I had another one, I've got some duplicates of some of the games I could have sent.
Yeah, you might have sent another one.
Might have sent another one, but no, they never contacted. They just decided to neutral me up.
What games that didn't work?
Yeah, they said they got, in their order of 10 games, they got a couple that didn't work. And I went, well, if you contact me about it, I'll, nah.
No, you just let it go.
Let it go.
If it was a negative, would you reach out, or?
I might. I've done that before, negative, and it's been a long time ago, but yeah. I probably would on a negative just to say, hey, you didn't give me the opportunity to make good on the deal.
Yeah.
You just popped a negative up there. And
I mean, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I don't like getting negatives or anything, but they just get covered up so fast that,
Yes.
It's like, whatever, I mean, if I can fix the situation with minimum damage, depending on if I think they're being fair or not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be fair because I'm the seller, but they also have to be fair. And, and be truthful, and if I feel like they're being malicious, I'm not gonna give them what they want. That's why they think they can do that to people.
So you'd rather just take the...
Yeah, I'd rather take the bad feedback.
Yeah, I mean, if you go messaging them and trying to either send a replacement or doing refunds, it just takes time out of your day, and then you're left, I don't know.
I try not to worry about it.
Just don't like dwelling on negative things. So
I mean, I think of how I would take it if I was in their position, and like with the video games, like if you get a game and they're stupid for not messaging you and letting you know, because I know you would have fixed that, especially with all the games you have and stuff, you're able to do that.
I think there were N64 games, Nintendo 64 games.
Yeah, but I'm sure you would have made it right if they would have messaged you. But why didn't they? Like, to me, that's just really stupid on their part. If maybe they don't know how to do eBay or whatever. Maybe they don't know how to buy.
Yeah, Mike, it was a lot of 10 games, and the buyer said a couple of them didn't work. So I was like, well, if you don't contact me about it, I can't make good on it. So I'll just leave it at that.
It's true. What's everybody doing today?
I have to list.
And the weekend.
Yeah.
I have to work.
You're working this weekend. Todd, did you see that Joanna asked you about any Game Boy games or Game Boy Color? Hello?
You went on mute.
I'm on mute.
No,
oh, he went on mute. Okay.
Yeah.
Joanna says, I haven't ordered a PS2 game that looked good when I opened. Then when I opened it, it was so scratched it wouldn't play. The dude wouldn't even respond to my messages. Oh, well, that's, yeah.
Holy crap, Julie.
18
Awesome,
orders.
Julie.
What?
You're burning it up over there.
I know when I send out like audiobooks, sometimes they're scuffed and, and I can't listen to them all. A lot of them are, so I just say like that. If they have a problem, just contact me, and I put a note. But sometimes they just ignore it. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
That's crazy, Julie. 18 orders.
She's picking up.
Julie, do you make things to order? Like you put that stuff out on your site and then when you get the order, you have to make it, or do you make things and keep them in stock? And do you do special orders? Like, could I special order something for my grandbaby?
Yeah. Yeah, you could. She has some that are pre-made, like, for Cinco de Mayo and stuff like that. But personalized ones, yeah, she can make those. She sells on Etsy and a little bit on eBay. She's getting more into the eBay game, which is good. I'm glad that she does that.
I didn't know she sold on eBay.
Julie, put your link in the chat.
I was just going to look for it.
Yeah, she sells a little bit on eBay, but I think she has it's like 300 listings over on Etsy.
They're so cute.
But yeah, usually it's like she said, the majority of it is when people order. A lot of people like the personalized things, and so she has a Cricut machine and she makes that stuff. So it's time consuming. So she does a great job. It's been a work in progress, though, Julie, right? I mean, you learn a little bit more every.
Oh, I'm sure.
Every year, and you get better as you do it. So, yeah, she's done really well. And thank goodness, she can do that at home, even though she's busy and everything. AJ Atlas, he's not taking naps no more, so not
at all.
No, I mean he's He grown up. He's a big boy now. He don't have to take naps. He might be out at 8 o'clock at night, but yeah, she definitely does her. She does very well, and it's hard to keep. Hard to find the time to do all of this. When she's got the 2 kids at home and everything, but she makes it happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to dig your heels in and just do it. Ringo.
I just admire people who are that creative. I'm so uncreative. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it amazes me the things people can do. Morning,
Yeah.
Val.
I used to be somewhat crafty, but not anymore.
I've never been.
So, I have a confession to make.
Oh no, what?
Uh-oh.
So since I was up so early this morning, I've been kind of not really scouring Shop Goodwill, but I've been looking. I've been over there looking around and everything.
Yep.
So this morning,
I gotcha, huh?
I got up at 5 o'clock, and I thought, well, it's so early. Let's see if there's anything ending right away that, since probably not very many people are up at this time, maybe that'll be a good time to, get a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I went over and I found this lot of watches.
Oh God. After you just told Todd this last week that you had watches sitting in front of you that you could see that have like brand name stuff in them.
But
good job, sister. Good job.
But yeah, so I got.
Did you win it?
Yeah, I did. And it was probably, I couldn't really tell like any of the brands of the watches and stuff. But I mean, there was jewelry in there too, but there mainly was watches, and I couldn't really tell any of the brands. But they looked decent, they looked like something maybe I could get, 10 or, just the average $10 or $15 out of a watch. But there was probably 100 watches in there, at least 100. So it was a pretty good one.
No, because I'm just as bad. If I had the money in my PayPal to do it, that's why I got paid this morning and I'm like, oh, there's money in there. Do we have to pay for this? Because just switch it to my PayPal before anybody knows it's there. Nope. Brandon says we had to buy groceries with that. You're no fun.
So, I like to do that. So so I have that coming, and then I have my Cindy box coming tomorrow, and and as I was going through these boxes looking for this lost shirt this morning, I found all this other stuff that I was like, man, I got to get that stuff on. So I got a whole box here of stuff that I need to,
I'm still working on your box.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I haven't even touched the Cindy box yet.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Lord.
I know.
Oh
I want a Valerie box. Valerie, you got to put me a box together.
Okay, I will. I'll put you one together. You want just plus size?
I love jewelry.
Yeah. Would you?
Yeah, I could do just plus size.
Because I found a pile of regular size stuff. So, and I've listed all the other plus size stuff I got. So yeah, if you've got some stuff, I'd love to.
Okay.
Get a box.
Cindy
just let me know.
Cindy box. Well.
Yeah, I'll get you one.
Yeah, that's what we call it now, Cindy.
Yep.
That could be a thing. That's the Cindy box.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, so I got all those watches.
Yeah, Brandon has to have money to buy food for sure.
Anissa wants to know what you're spraying, Todd. He's not listening. Is he listening?
Window cleaner.
Must be cleaning up a game.
No, I'm cleaning my, I think it's kind of a stupid thing I'm doing because I'm cleaning the bottom feedy things on these bathroom scales.
Oh, yeah.
Get a little hair from different people on them. And dog. Anyway, dog hair and people hair and
right.
Stuck to the little feedy things here. They get kind of dirty. But anyway,
Yeah.
It's a stupid thing because
No, it's not. It's
the
good
battery ran out on it. So for about a week, I've been getting on it and going,
well, this isn't working.
and it says LO when you step on it. And I guess that means low battery, but it just says LO.
I'll take that for a
So
weight.
I'm like, well, that's a better reading than I've been getting.
That's
when
what
I
I'm
step on it
saying.
and go, oh, you darn scale, you lie, you liar. I don't believe it.
Doctor, I didn't know that I had gained 50 pounds because my scale kept saying, oh.
Joanna wants to know if you have any, wait, I gotta go back up. Game Boy games or
games?
Game Boy Color, or what did she say?
Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advanced.
Yeah, I got a couple of lots in my store. Already sold most of them. I didn't have very many Game Boy games.
You didn't have very many.
I forgot you were looking for those. Were you? Did you tell me to look for those? I can't remember.
Joanna's looking for them.
Joanna.
Anissa. Oh my gosh. She says, mine says one person at a time.
Wait, what are we talking about? Scales or Game Boy games?
Yes, scales. Oh my
gosh. Hey, have you guys used Mr. Clean has a new cleaner out. It's been out for a while, but this is the first time I'd ever used it this morning. And it's called Clean Freak.
No.
It's pretty good.
I love the Mr. Clean Magic erasers.
Clean Freak is pretty good.
Clean Freak.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Never heard of it.
It's kind of like more misty. Than like a spray.
Huh.
But it like you spray it and then you can just wipe with like a paper towel or whatever and it comes right off.
Huh.
So Joanna said, shit, drop your link.
There you go.
Dang, I put a new battery in it and that doesn't even say low.
Uh-oh.
Put your store link in the chat, Todd.
What?
Put your store link in the chat for Joanna.
Oh, there's magic sheets now?
How do I even do that?
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen those either.
Like the magic eraser sheet?
It's like the magic eraser, but it's just a thin sheet.
Yeah, like a wipe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
Well, crud, did I just break my scale? That'd be all right.
Oh, jeez.
Rita says, Todd, what's your store name?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and I collect cleaning products.
I can get it for you, Todd.
Oh, okay.
Hang on.
I'm sitting here trying to get my scale to work.
It's okay. You just work on your scale there. Let me get it for you.
It's working.
Did I put a bad battery in there? I get tired of batteries sometimes. We get so many things to resell that use batteries. Sometimes they're a pain in the battery acid.
pain in the battery ass.
I'm like, what?
I know. I make up stuff as I go.
Good job.
Oh my gosh.
I know that's me too, Anissa. I love new cleaning stuff and I love smell, like clean smells, but like that's my house doesn't reflect that.
Yeah, my house always smells like dog hair.
There you go. There is Todd's link to his store.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I've got a lot of I probably shouldn't have got that lot this morning, but what the heck?
Oh, my eBay's now in Spanish.
Oh,
I think it's Italian.
That's fun.
This is so weird. I went to click on save for Todd's store. And it just turned.
Oh,
it might be Italian.
That could be
How
fun.
weird.
That can definitely make some things interesting.
It's like ciao. It says ciao.
Oh my gosh.
Huh.
Yeah, I think after the show's over, I'll call.
Yeah,
I'll
I've
give
got the scales working and tried them out, and they're still broken because they lie.
Uh-oh.
Huh.
I think I'll call Zoom up and find out what the heck's going on.
Yeah, it's really weird that it's not. Even this morning, I can't see the live on the YouTube, although it must be playing because everybody's chatting. But mine is not. It's not playing on YouTube. It's just spinning and spinning. I can see the chat. The chat's updating, but the video itself isn't.
That's so weird.
Weird.
Maybe because there's another one that yesterday's still running live.
Maybe so, because I think it is still running live. Good morning, Anamara.
So dang wonky. I don't know. That is just crazy. Oh my gosh. Come on. Okay.
Yeah, that's just weird. It's just.
Karen says log out completely and then log back in.
Yeah, and now it doesn't remember my. It's signin.ebay.it. So it's sent me to the Italy site. That's really strange.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not sure why it's doing that, Rita. But I'm gonna see what I must be not clicking on a button that I should be clicking on to turn off the YouTube. I'm assuming. It shouldn't be doing that.
Hold on.
So.
Hold on.
What are you doing?
I'm looking it up.
Looking what up?
Why your Zoom meeting is staying alive.
Oh.
Jenny came in to look and see what I was doing, and then she turned around and left.
Thanks, Karen.
Like, you're boring.
That's my Christmas tree, and that whole shelf is my Christmas shelf.
Cha-ching.
I'm just keeping all my Christmas crap up there.
There you go.
Cha-ching.
Did you get a sale?
I sold a sterling silver tennis bracelet.
Nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, I need to get everything in my store sold.
Yeah.
I looked at
Yeah, I need that too.
I looked at a page of, how when they came out with the new rules, what was it, 6 months or a year or whatever ago, that stuff just keeps re-upping on its own. And all the new stuff you list, it's on page 1, and page 2, it's a couple of months old. Page 3, about 6 months to 10 months ago. Page 4 is like a year and a half ago. Page 6, I was looking at some of those listings, and I go, I think I had this when I got married 33 years ago. Stuff has been listed for 34 years ago. Sorry, Gwen.
Well, I mean, those are the things that you can go back in and end them and relist them, sell similar them, and get them
New fresh eyes on them. I don't know.
I know.
I look at some of that stuff and
that's
go,
probably a little too much trouble.
I got a bunch of stuff that, I probably wouldn't buy that either. I need to just throw that away. It's like it was so surprising last week when I saw that Engelbert Humperdinck CD, and I was like, oh my God, how long have I had that in my store? And said, the listing said 2016.
Yeah. We all have stuff like that, though.
Do we? Oh, another one? Another one?
Get it.
Wow, I just sold 2 in a row. Like bam, bam.
Get it. What'd you find, Sally?
Okay, so it looks like you need to go into click user management, group management, and then click the name of the group, and then click the settings tab. And then once you do that,
oh, that was probably
in the settings tab. If you
that was probably Joanna that just bought those.
You should see stop live stream on there.
Yeah, I mean, when I go up to, that's what I hit. When
you start,
when we close the show, that's what I hit. That's the first thing that I hit, and that takes me off of the live stream. So the show is over when I do that. So I hit the stop live stream, and that takes the little live off of the screen, and then I hit stop recording, and then I go down to the bottom and end meeting, and that's the way I do it. So
you have to also go to Google do you also have to go to YouTube and maybe end it? Like, is there a way to do that?
Well, if you stop streaming.
No, I think you need to stop it on YouTube.
Like, if you go to your YouTube channel and look at the video now, can you stop the live stream there? Maybe?
But you should be able to do it on Zoom, because
that's why they have it.
Do it. That's how you stream.
Yeah, it says stop live stream, and that's what I hit every day. So it should, in Zoom.
maybe you have to also do it in YouTube. The only reason I'm saying this because I have not been able to figure out how to set, when I bring up Zoom and we start our rehearsal and I try to live stream it, it takes me to YouTube Studio and has me type in the title and like I have to do all that and I still can't click. And then it has a live stream button on YouTube that's grayed out for me. I can't figure out how to.
I'm a screen share.
So like maybe if you go onto YouTube and stop the live stream.
See there. On here, it should be how it says live on Facebook, live on Workplace, by Facebook, live on YouTube. That should be like, you should have that on your Zoom in your settings.
Yeah. That's what I click when I open the meeting. Okay. That's what I click.
And then you push stop live stream.
Yes.
This one?
Yes.
I wonder if it's in this more button. How it says stop live stream and then it says more.
I don't
know. It's got 3 dots right there. Do you see this?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm wondering if maybe it's there.
Okay. That, you might have something.
Well.
You might have something with that. Because when I do bring up the more, I'm going to show you, well, I don't want to do that. Yeah. So.
Show me what you're doing.
Well, I forgot how to. Okay, let's see. I guess it would be this one. Share?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what are you seeing?
Nothing yet.
Okay.
You have to click on something.
Okay.
Now I see Macari.
I don't want that. It's not letting me. Why is it not letting me do that?
Careful you don't bring up the site that has all your nude pictures of.
Yeah, I'll be careful with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not letting me bring that up. For some reason.
Is it on your Google right now?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Where? Show me with your mouse. Meeting controls?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're clicking on that?
Yeah, but that should bring up, that's not bringing up the.
Oh, it's bringing up
the screen. It's not working right. I'm going to stop it. Oh, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, yes, what I will do from now on is I will go, I'll try it out today. And when I stop the show, I'll do the live on YouTube on top and click that and say stop live stream. But I will also go down at the bottom and hit stop live stream and see if that ends everything. I don't know. We'll try it.
Okay.
See if that works.
It can't hurt to try.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna been needing to get that done, get that figured out. Maybe able to go back into Zoom meeting from yesterday. Yeah, I may be able to do that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But we'll figure it out. I don't know if I can go back into the meeting from yesterday because I've already ended it.
Right.
Like if you go back in from the link you sent out yesterday?
Maybe. I might be able to do that. Might be able to do that. Okay. I'll try it. I'll try it and see if I can't get this
Weird.
figured out. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't have to click, multiple. If I
No.
always thought when it said live on YouTube up on top and it says, and then I go in and click it and it says stop live stream, I thought that's what,
Yeah.
that did it. But maybe that doesn't do that. So I don't know. We'll get it figured out one of these days. But it's 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go walk while it's still, while I still can, while I still got it fresh on my mind.
We still can. You expect not to walk tomorrow?
Yeah, I really am planning on hurting really bad on Monday morning.
Oh yeah.
I have a lot of yard work to do.
Oh Lord.
On Monday. So, and it's a lot of physical. It's gonna be a lot of physical work. So, I'm gonna be
physical. I wanna get physical.
Let's
Let
get
me
into
hear your body talk.
Physical.
Your body
Body
talk.
talk.
Let me hear. Gwen said, "Okay, shut up."
Enough of that. Oh my gosh. All right. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you all later.
Bye everybody.
Love y'all. Bye.
Get outside if it's sunny, and
So
I'll see y'all
lots of
later.
stuff.
Bye. Love you.